Mugetsu form Ichigo is amazing, one of the best power characters that we have gotten in the game for a very long time, solidifying himself among the best characters in the game even. That being said, did you guys know that the soul trait cannot be stacked with some stuff? Alright guys, we're back again for yet another Bleach Brave Souls video, and I figure we may as well talk about this because nobody has actually made a video about this because Mugetsu, again, we already said all the positives. The only negatives is the fact that he doesn't have a secondary killer and he just doesn't have Rampage, but besides that, this guy is an insanely cracked character, definitely a must-have for the melee holo guild quest to use alongside Yuha, better than Parasol Bruno when it comes to getting the weaken off and getting all that extra damage multipliers in. That being said, we should actually talk about the soul trait. Now, the soul trait does work as intended, don't get me wrong. But we kind of started off with the preface that this soul trait was actually going to be very useful in the case of which you used Retsu in Guild Quest to then bring Akon and Shinji, and having the idea to use the Mugetsu link on either Akon or Shinji to get the extra damage multiplier. Well, it turns out that it will not stack whatsoever when it comes to characters that have the character strong attack damage of 20%. Which is a bit weird if you guys ask me. They just kind of worded it wrongly, and the only difference is that this affects the entire party, whereas, you know, characters like Akon or like other characters that have the 20% strong attack damage buff for technique characters, speed characters, you guys get the point. It's basically going to be applied only to the specific attribute, like bringing into example this 1000-year blower anime Uryu. Yeah, he has that right here. The increased technique character strong attack damage, and it's more so based on character and not the affiliation. So in today's video, we're just gonna test it out real quick and just show you guys that if you guys were to pair Mugetsu with a character that already has the whatever type of attributes the character is, it will not stack. So yeah. For starters, let's start off with Retsu, right? Let's just go ahead and bring Yachiru Unahana into the mix, and then we're going to be bringing Akon first. And then after that, we're going to be putting in Mugetsu as a link to Akon, just to show you guys the problem. So we're just gonna bring her directly into IZ, just so that way it's gonna be easier to showcase, and you guys get the point. Let me just do one quick little thing right here. Let's just get rid of this second anniversary Ichigo link and go for Bambi? Yeah, Bambi will do. But anywho, I'm getting better with my cold. My voice has gotten better, so I do want to apologize for the previous video. I wasn't feeling too good, but we're back. Okay, we're bringing her into IZ. You guys don't really need to see much. We're just going to be looking at the damage numbers that she can do on the first hit without building up her Rampage, and Akon has nothing for now, so let's just go ahead and start the quest real quick and see the initial damage. Okay, let's just go ahead and mark it down. Don't auto, please, goddammit. So, okay. We did 58k without the crit and 62k with the crit, so we're just gonna keep that pinned down and show you guys that the Mugetsu link will not work. And now, let us go ahead and link Mugetsu onto Akon to see how this will affect Retsu. So make sure that he's... okay, we're good to go. And there we go, we have the Mugetsu link on here. Now, the unfortunate part is this is not going to stack, and you guys will see immediately. Okay? And the weird part about this is in terms of, you know, the skill pop-up, I don't know why, but it just doesn't show up. Maybe they'll fix that later on down the line, but it's just weird. So there's that, and yeah, we did 59k, we didn't crit, we didn't get any SP boost. But, yeah, this is really weird because, I only had a bit more of a damage increase, but as you guys see, it did not stack to the point that I saw a significant damage increase with the multiplier. Shout out to my boy Scar that actually got this out, but, let's just go ahead and have a good, long look at this. This is also a screenshot from Yusuf, this part of the segment about the skills. Like Team Party, increase strong attack damage by attributes and Team Party increase strong attack damage. If an attribute's specific Team Party bonus and a general Team Party bonus have the same effect, they will not stack. Only the higher value bonus will be applied. Which, if you guys ask me, I think that's pretty stupid. Because it's a different kind of multiplier, and the wording is very different. Because this applies to the entire party, regardless of what kind of affiliation or attribute you are. So, I don't understand why they chose to limit that. And it's pretty stupid. Now, let's just do another type of take. We're not going to be using Akon this time to buff Retsu anymore. So, we're just going to go ahead and take off the Mugetsu link. And we're going to go ahead and put in Shinji. Shinji, he has the Team Party strong attack damage buff, but it's going to be towards speed captains. So, in this kind of sense, the multiplier is different and should be able to stack together. So, let's just go ahead and put on the Mugetsu link on Shinji, and this time around, it should be able to work. You guys saw the damage, but now, let's just take a look at what we can do with Shinji right here. So, yeah. Yeah. That's a lot better, as you guys can see right here. Very noticeable with what we can do, and it's because it's a different type of multiplier altogether, which is why we were able to get over 70k like that compared to when we had Akon with the Mugetsu link on and active, where we barely saw much of a damage increase with and without the crits. And let me just go and redo it real quick. Yeah. There you guys go. It still is a good soul trait. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad one because the versatility that you can make use out of the Mugetsu link is ridiculous. Because let's say you want to go ahead and tackle on ranged Quincy. Like, I have this Future Society Ulquiorra, and as you guys know, Future Society Ulquiorra doesn't have any of the stuff that Retsu has. We do have a 20% strong attack damage buff towards our Ronkers, like this Halibel right here. So there's that to take into consideration when you're going to be using Ulquiorra for the ranged Quincy guild quest. But we do not have a type of Akon to buff Ulquiorra. By that I mean we don't have a character that buffs the character strong attack damage by 20%, and does provide the 40% more damage to status element affected enemies. And technically speaking, Ulquiorra does have it through the defeated enemy bonus. But here's the problem. You need to kill 40 enemies to even be able to get this extra skill right here. Meaning that you'll only have this active by wave 4. And once again, because this is a similar type of a skill as Mugetsu, as the soul trait, this is not going to stack. However, we do have this power Yami right here. Okay, he doesn't have the strong attack damage buff, but because Mugetsu exists, you can actually put the Mugetsu link on Ulquiorra, and on top of getting the 40% damage to status element affected enemies per power or Ronkers, you're also going to be getting the 20% strong attack damage buff, and you no longer need to get to wave 5 to have the ability in effect to do the most damage. So in this case, the Mugetsu link is just going to be fantastic. Like, it's just going to work. You'll be able to get a lot of the damage multipliers in and have the ability already available at your disposal. And another thing to point out is that Ishin too, funny enough, in the moment we do get ourselves a Nad character that is a melee Quincy and can boost. Guess what? It's probably going to be in your best interest to use this Ishin right here, of course, as your main lead for melee Quincy. But then guess what? Use Academy Shuhei, because this guy does provide the 20% strong attack damage buff. However, it's towards Soul Reapers, so it's a different type of wording right here. And of course has the 40% damage to status element affected enemies per Soul Reapers. And guess what? You can use the Mugetsu link on Shuhei right here, and you guys will no longer need to bring the likes of Lisa, because guess what? You're getting all the buffs from Shuhei alone, plus the Mugetsu link. And then the third slot, you can actually put in whatever Nad character comes out for melee Quincy. in this kind of case, which is actually kind of insane. So the point of the video is the Mugetsu link is still gonna work just fine. Just make sure that you're not bringing a character that has the skill of buffing a character's strong attack damage by 20%, which is based on the attribute character and not the attribute affiliation. So that's all that I want to basically point out. I know it's a bit of a complex video to make, and I do realize that it's kind of like, you know, weird, but you guys get the point. Oh, matter of fact, this whole case that I said about Ishin, you can also make it work for Yumichika, because Yumichika is getting the buff from Academy Shuhei, and with this, you can just link Mugetsu onto Academy Shuhei, and you already have yourself the best buff. And because we already have the new Parasol Shunsui, guess what? You can bring him onto the team, and you can expect to get a really good score just like that, because on top of already getting all the buffs necessary, you're also getting boosted by Shuhei, and you'll be able to cleave through Melee Squad 0 more than ever. So that's all. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. It's weird. It still works, but I feel like they should have just worded it differently, and because it's a bit of a different multiplier that affects the entire team and not just the attribute character, they should have just been able to make it stack, because it's a missed opportunity to be able to get even higher Guild Quest scores, especially for when it comes to characters that already have Rampage, like Ichido Unohana and Ishin. But yeah, you guys get the point. Anywho, we also have the next Limit Break Request news out, and I was already right on the mark with getting a Melee, a Ronker Killer, and it's confirmed to be Technique. We'll be getting the news tomorrow, and by then, I'm definitely going to be covering a video about the swimsuit Bambis that are going to be dropping, so yeah, do look forward to that. This has been your boy, the Death Smasher. I hope to see you guys all in the next one. Do yourselves a favor and do not summon on this terrible Spirits Are Forever With You banner. Toshiro's dead. Kaname is dead. Sanjin, funny enough, did get his value increased because of Guild Quest, so I guess there's a reason, but like, just don't summon. And yeah, that's all. Take care, lads. Peace out. Bye. Sayonara. Ciao, ciao.